Hey everyone, welcome back to the Haking channel. So today we're going to be learning measures of spread. So let's get started. So today's learning intention is to understand how to identify the lower and upper quartile in a data set in order to calculate the interquartile range. And we're going to get used to little short forms on how to write these in a second. So today's success criteria is that I can identify the lower quartile given by the little acronym capital Q with little 1. I can identify the upper quartile, Q with little 3, and I can find the interquartile range, IQR. And I would suggest you write these down because they are perfect for saving time. So measures of spread, we use range and IQR. So IQR, I did say, was interquartile range. Now I'm just going to write it in yellow because I think it's better than red. So two measures that help describe how data is spread is range and IQR. All right, so just a bit of information. Range, okay, is the difference from the highest value or number and the lowest value of number. So maximum minus the minimum. So this value is found in the data set. Value, number, same thing. Interquartile range, IQR, is calculated by finding the lower quartile, Q1, and the upper quartile, Q3. So the formula is IQR equals upper quartile minus a lower quartile. All right, now I haven't done little 3 and little 1 just because I actually couldn't find it on my computer. So we're just going to have to deal with a capital 1, but it's actually written as capital Q little 1 and capital Q little 3. All right, remembering you can stop at any time to take notes and feel free to pause when you need to. So let's go through a work example real quick. The following data values are the percentage results for a student's spelling test over a 9-week term. That literally is a 9 hyphen, by the way. If you thought that was a random symbol, it's not. It literally just got cut off. It stands for 9-week term. So this here is the data set. Like I said, it's numbers. So question part A, list the data in order from smallest to largest. And I've just written a bit of advice in blue. So cross them out as you go. So as you write 72, cross out the 72. You write 76, cross out the 76. And this is because you actually don't want to repeat the same number. You don't want to miss a number. And if you cross them all out and you find out, I haven't crossed that one out, you can see in your data set that you've missed that number. Now, if you do miss a number, you will have completely different answers when you find the range, the mean, the median. And this is why this simple copying the numbers down could be one of the most easiest yet challenging tasks that you'll face in statistics. So you now need to find the range. So the range is highest number minus the smallest number, not highest number hyphen smallest number. It's the highest number, so 92, minus the smallest number in the data set, which is 20. So you write, therefore, range is 20. So worked example 1 continued. Okay, so let's say we got to find the median. So I've just copied the data set. So you cancel inwards and outwards. So cancel 1 there, cancel 1 there, cancel 2 here, cancel 2 here. Okay, when you come to the middle, start to do 1 by 1 and you find out that the median is 83. So we know that this was an odd number of data sets because if it was even, we would have to add it up and divide it by 2. Okay, so D, find the upper quartile, so capital Q3. When you copy this down, just make sure you write the proper subscript number. So you don't include the median when you find this. So I've essentially just got, let me use a different color. I'll use blue. So I've literally just cut that section out of the data set and I've just pasted it down here and I've highlighted the median in green just so you know. Now to find the upper quartile, what you have to do is you need to do the whole crossing thing, but you have to do it not from the median. You need to start from the number next to it. So if I cross one out here, I cross one out there. Okay, you don't count the median. Now, if it was an even data set, let's say, it was 82.5. Let's say the median was 82.5. okay, and it wasn't in the data set, so the numbers was 82, 83, so on, but these two made the median, then you would count that. But if the median is found in the data set, okay, you don't include it when you find the upper quartile. So you can get some clarification by asking your teacher if you still are not quite sure what I am talking about. So once you've cut out the highest value and the lowest after the median, you will either get one number, which will either be the upper quartile, or you'll get 2. And if you get 2, that's fine. You do the same process as if you're finding the median. So it's 86 plus 90, which I've highlighted in yellow, which equals 176. 176 divided by 2, which is 88. And you just write Q3 equals 88. I've just changed the subscript. Okay, so that's upper quartile. The lower quartile, which is Q1, okay, I've copied. I'm just going to do it in another color just so you know. I'll do it in, oh, that's too close to yellow. So I've cut that and that out, and I've just carried it over here. So as we can see, like lower quartile, meaning you're dealing with the lower end of the data set. So 72, 83. Now what you've got to do is you have to cut one out there. Now you've got to cut the highest one, but you can't start from median, okay? Now the same thing applies here. So let's say, our data set was, 72, 76, 78, 81, 82. And the median was the middle number between 82 and 83. If I was going to find the lower quartile of this, I could still use 82. All right, and 78 would be my lower quartile. But because our median is in the data set, we have to exclude it from when we find Q1 and Q3. So now that we've got our 2 middle numbers from the lower quartile, which is 76 and 78, we add them together, which gives us 154. And then we divide them by 2 because there's 2 numbers here. So you divide them by the total, like kind of finding the average. So if you divide by 2, it equals 77. So we now know that Q1 is 77. So to find out the IQR, you need to subtract Q3. So I've obtained that from over here. And I've obtained 77 over here. And you've just subtracted them. All right, and it's given 11. So you're right, therefore, the IQR equals 11. Now, through your questions in your textbook, you'll find out that some of the questions asks you to interpret the interquartile range, also known as the IQR. So you need to know that the IQR is the range of the middle 50% of the data. So it's saying that everything that is in the between Q1 and Q3, okay, so we've got like here, let me just show you a bit of a picture. So this is the lowest number, actually. This is lowest number, all right? Then you've got Q1, then you've got your median, which is also known as Q2, but I haven't been using that. Then you've got your upper quartile range. So you've got upper quartile, lower quartile, okay? Then you've got your biggest number, your largest number up here, okay? So the interquartile range is literally between Q1 and Q3. Now we need to not get confused because the range, which is from the largest to the smallest number, that would be denoted by red. So this is really good to just draw up in your book, I'd probably suggest. So the interquartile range is saying that this is where 50% of, what we're doing, which is, students who are doing a test, so student spelling test. So we're saying that student spelling tests, about 50% of those 50% of students' scores lied between here to here, 50%, so half. So we know that we're talking about a spelling test percentage, and we know that the IQR is 11. So what does that mean? So we could say, therefore, the middle 50% of spelling test scores differed by 11%. Sometimes they say, you'll find out in your textbook, they say, test scores were less than 11%, but you really got to read the question and interpret it the way that, the question's asking. So for this case, I've said that the scores are differed by 11% based on the question. Okay, so I just want to say that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next lesson. And for those of you who do not get this math meme, it's I love maths. And if you do that in your calculator, it's actually 4. So it's forever. Thank you, Year 9s.